Good evening. You're watching the news tonight, your daily roundup of all that has happened across India and the world. I'm Ashan Russell, and these are the headlines we're tracking this evening. The Delhi government's odd-even scheme ends with the Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal thanking the people for its success. Government to review scheme on Monday. Home Minister Rajnath Singh chairs a meeting to review the internal security situation, even as confusion prevails over the arrest of Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Maulana Masood Azhar in Pakistan. The Congress party strengthens its ranks in Punjab before the assembly polls as Manpreet Badal merges his outfit with the party. Indonesian police identify 4 out of the 5 Jakarta attackers as tributes poured in for those who died. And Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis continue their winning run, win the 11th international title together in Sydney. Our top story this evening, Delhi government's odd-even scheme ended today. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal thanked the people for its success. The government will now hold a review meeting on Monday to evaluate the impact of the trial on the pollution levels in Delhi. They'll also deliberate on whether to continue with the scheme. However, the question still remains whether the odd-even scheme has really cut down the pollution levels in the national capital.
पहली बार दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार ने लोगों को साथ लेके इतना कठोर नियम लागू किया और उसके बावजूद लोगों ने उसको साथ दिया, लोगों ने पूरी तरह से उसको फॉलो किया। इतना कठोर नियम था, तो इसका मतलब हमारे देश के लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं, दिल्ली के लोग जबरदस्त लोग हैं।
Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal applauding Delhiites and the authorities for the success of the odd-even scheme for vehicle rationing. He said the scheme shows Delhi can match world-class cities like Singapore in its discipline and systems. The Delhi government will next hold a review meeting on Monday to discuss whether to take the odd-even scheme to the next level. The government may adopt the scheme on more permanent basis after analysis and fixes to improve an inadequate public transport system.
सोमवार को 3 बजे सभी डिपार्टमेंट्स जो इसमें शामिल थे उनके साथ एक असेसमेंट मीटिंग रखी जाएगी। व्हाट आर द लेसन्स लर्नड, और अब जब हम आगे शुरू करेंगे जब भी तो उसमें हमें क्या क्या तैयारियां और करने की ज़रूरत है, उसके लिए असेसमेंट मीटिंग मंडे को है।
However, the question still remains whether the odd-even scheme has really brought down the pollution level in Delhi. According to reports, the air quality levels remained very unhealthy on Friday. The state-run system of air quality weather forecasting and research showed levels of particulate matter less than 2.5 micrometers, hovering between very poor and severe during the trial period, well above the WHO safe limit. However, the government remains optimistic, claiming vehicular pollution levels have come down.
इस पूरे ऑड इवन के दौरान जहां पर सबसे खतरनाक रीडिंग की बात की जा रही है, तो एवरेज जो आउटर जो हमारे सेंटर्स हैं, परमानेंट सेंटर हैं, वहां पर भी 400 प्लस रीडिंग रही है। अगर ऑड इवन नहीं होता तो 400 की जगह जनवरी के महीने में भी जिस तरह से विपरीत वेदर था, 600 पर PM 2.5 भी होता।
The Delhi government's odd-even scheme was implemented from January 1st after reports that pollution levels in Delhi stood at more than 10 times the safe limits prescribed by WHO. Under the scheme, private cars with even and odd number plates were only allowed on alternate days. A fine of 2,000 rupees were imposed on people who violated the rule. Delhi will now see both odd and even number cars on roads from Saturday. But the Chief Minister urged people to continue with their mission to curb pollution levels in Delhi by doing more carpooling and using public transport more often to at least reduce traffic congestion and pollution levels. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Let's also listen into what the people of Delhi had to say about the success of the odd-even scheme.
Odd even it was very nice. In fact, hardly I drive in one day in a week, but due to the odd even number, I was driving for 3 days in a week. It was very nice in fact. हम चाहेंगे कि इसको जरूर कंटिन्यू किया जाना चाहिए।
मतलब इफ यू टॉक अबाउट पॉल्यूशन तो ठीक है, उतना कोई खास फर्क नहीं है, बट इफ यू टॉक अबाउट भीड़ और इससे इट इज रियली गुड।
सर ट्रैफिक तो कम हुआ है, लेकिन थोड़ा परेशानी तो है ही ना, क्योंकि जो है घर में हर किसी के जरूरी नहीं कि दोनों नंबर की गाड़ी हो, और आपस में हर जगह एडजस्टमेंट हो नहीं पाता है।
अच्छा एक्सपीरियंस रहा, काफी मेरे को पोल्यूशन भी कम नजर आया और ट्रैफिक भी कम नजर आया, और मुझे लगता है कि शायद लोगों को इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई। मेरा एक ओपिनियन है कि हाँ, महीने में 15 दिन कर सकते हैं और 15 दिन शायद फ्री रख सकते हैं।
Now, there's still no clarity on the arrest of Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Maulana Masood Azhar, while Pakistan provincial minister last night claimed that Masood Azhar had been taken into protective custody. The terror outfit, however, denied it. Meanwhile, Home Minister Rajnath Singh presided over a high-level meeting to review the internal security situation in the aftermath of the Pathankot terror attack.
Confusion continues to prevail over the arrest of Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Maulana Masood Azhar. Pakistan's Punjab Province Law Minister Rana Sanola on a Thursday night confirmed that the banned JEM chief has been taken into protective custody along with his accomplices, but clarified that he was not arrested. However, the terror outfit has countered the claim. On its Facebook page, JEM said the arrest never happened. The Pakistani Foreign Ministry had also said on Thursday that it had no information about the detention. India accuses Masood Azhar of masterminding the attack on the Pathankot air base on 2nd of January.
Maulana Masood Azhar has been taken into protective custody. We are waiting to see if those reports are confirmed. Please remember, this is not the first time this has happened. We have had in the aftermath of 26/11, people have been arrested like Zakir Rahman Lakhvi and others. They were detained for a short while and let free. In this case, I think concrete action needs to be taken and visible action needs to be taken.
Person who's merely detained or arrested, we don't have official confirmation yet. Even if he's arrested or detained, whether there is proper sustained prosecution, whether an FIR is lodged, whether the prosecution will be sustained long enough properly to yield or to result in a conviction, these are vital issues.
हमारी तो डिमांड है कि उसको कम से कम मिनिमम जो है उसको अरेस्ट किया जाए, लेकिन अरेस्ट करने के बाद भी अगर कोर्ट के सामने पुख्ता सबूत नहीं रखे गए तो कोर्ट कहेंगे कोई केस में दम ही नहीं है, उसको फिर छोड़ देंगे, जैसे कि 26/11 के लिए। इसलिए जब तक पाकिस्तान खुद सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है, वी शुड अलाउ देम द टाइम।
Meanwhile, in the wake of the Pathankot terror attacks and talks with Pakistan being deferred, Home Minister Rajnath Singh chaired a meeting on internal security. The meeting was attended by Defence Minister Manohar Parrikar and NSA Ajit Doval, along with Home Secretary Rajiv Mehrishi and BSF Director General D.K. Pathak. After the meet, the government said that a time-bound security audit of all vulnerable installations of armed forces, paramilitary and police will be conducted soon. The meet comes even as Gurdaspur SP Salvinder Singh appeared before the NIA for the 5th round of questioning for his alleged role in the Pathankot terror attacks. India and Pakistan had on Thursday mutually agreed to reschedule the Foreign Secretary level talks to the very near future. Pakistan has said it will send investigators to India as part of the probe to collect important evidence about the attack. India supports the decision. 7 Indian soldiers were martyred and 20 were wounded in the Pathankot attack. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, Manpreet Badal, the estranged nephew of Punjab Chief Minister Prakash Singh Badal, today joined the Congress party, merging his outfit, the People's Party of Punjab, with it. The decision for the merger came after a meeting between Manpreet Badal and Rahul Gandhi.
PPP of Punjab, under the leadership of Mr. Manpreet Badal, has today merged with Indian National Congress.
Flanked by Manpreet Badal, PCC President Captain Amrinder Singh and other senior leaders from the state, Congress General Secretary Shakil Ahmed announced the merger of People's Party of Punjab with Congress on Friday. With just a year to go for the assembly polls in the state, this is Congress's attempt to widen its reach and base.
Now we are all one and we start our campaign off on a good start. दूसरी पार्टी से भी हम बातचीत करेंगे and I hope we will be able to forge some sort of a strong alliance in this coming election.
Manpreet Badal, on the other hand, said the merger has come without any preconditions.
How will you turn around Punjab? That was an agenda which was sacrosanct, and that agenda was discussed threadbare with all the senior leaders sitting on my right and left. including the Vice President of Indian National Congress. उनको memorandum दिया. It was an 11-point memorandum. And the Congress party has accepted all those 11 points.
The ruling Shiromani Akali Dal in Punjab, however, dismissed the developments as insignificant, saying it won't have any effect on the politics of the state.
So कांग्रेस में जिसमें आज जो ये गया, इसमें भी इसका कुछ भी होने वाला नहीं है. अकाली दल को फर्क ना पहले पड़ा, ना आगे कुछ पड़ेगा.
Manpreet Badal, who became the youngest finance minister of Punjab during Shiromani Akali Dal's previous term, had formed a separate political outfit after a bitter fallout with his uncle Prakash Singh Badal and cousin Sukhbir Badal. PPP secured 5% votes in the last assembly elections, which saw Congress securing just 0.8% votes, less than Shiromani Akali Dal. Vishal Dahiya, Rajya Sabha TV, Delhi.
Time now to take a look at what else is making news around the country and nationwide. The Delhi police today received the final AIMS report on the viscera sample of Nanda Pushkar. While there is no official word on the contents of the report, there are claims that the cause of death has been conclusively confirmed as poisoning. Pushkar, who was married to former Union Minister Shashi Tharoor, was found dead in a luxury hotel in Delhi in January 2014. Congress Vice President Rahul Gandhi is in Mumbai for a two-day visit. Gandhi met with party workers in Malad before inaugurating the Murli Deora Hall. Gandhi will travel back to the suburbs tomorrow and interact with management students of the Narsi Monji Institute of Management Studies. The Delhi High Court today sought responses from Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and suspended BJP MP Kirti Azad in a civil defamation suit filed by DDCA for their alleged remarks against the cricket body regarding its functioning and finances. The registrar sought the response of Mr. Kejriwal and Mr. Azad to the suit by the 2nd of March. At least 11 persons were killed and 20 were injured after a bus rolled down a 400-foot gorge in a remote area of Udhampur district in Jammu and Kashmir. The accident occurred when the driver reportedly lost control of the vehicle. Rescue operations are currently. Sri Lanka is set to release 104 Indian fishermen from its prisons in view of Pongal, which is being celebrated in Tamil Nadu today. 55 fishermen have already been handed over to the Indian consulate officials at Jaffna. The rest of the fishermen lodged in various prisons will reportedly be released very soon. Time for us to take a short break. Lots more on the other side. All the international news. Stay tuned for that.
India-Pakistan decide to put off talks. Dialogue in pause and reassess mood. What next? Where does the process go from here? Watch The Big Picture at 9:30 p.m. on Rajya Sabha television.
Subhash Chandra Bose gave a revolutionary edge to India's freedom struggle. Netaji, as he was popularly known, was elected Congress president twice, but left the organization in 1939 following differences with Mahatma Gandhi. He founded the Forward Bloc and the Kisan Sabha before leaving for Singapore to organize the Indian National Army. After failing to secure Soviet Union support for India's freedom struggle, he joined hands with Germany and Japan to fight the British. His slogans Dilli Chalo and Jai Hind energized millions of youngsters in India. Bose went missing in 1945 after a plane crash in Taiwan.
I am extremely happy that I got the opportunity to go into science and help the world produce more food. There is no doubt that for the future generations, science is the best career. Giving the opportunity to the younger scientists and inspiring them is the most important for the future development of our science.
Watch Eureka with Dr. Gurdev Khosh, renowned geneticist, on Rajya Sabha television.
Gyan Chopper is the ancient version of Indian snakes and ladders. This intriguing game was popular among the old, the young, and the rulers as well. The chopper has its origin in the Jain philosophy. It tells the story of virtue. Each square, in turn, also narrates some message of wisdom.
Welcome back. You're watching the news tonight. Some international news now, and police in Indonesia say they've identified 4 out of the 5 terrorists who attacked downtown Jakarta, naming a convicted militant who trained in the Aceh province with the Islamic State. The attack on Thursday in the country that has the world's largest Muslim population left 2 civilians dead and dozens injured, including foreigners.
While the bomb and gunfire attacks in Jakarta continued, a picture emerged of a gunman on the streets. The photo showing the man wearing blue jeans, black shirt and a baseball cap, carrying a gun and rucksack, was run by many Indonesian media outlets on Thursday. Now authorities have identified him as Afif Sunakim, one of the 5 attackers killed by the police.
The situation already, stable. We are still on top of the terrorist group here in Indonesia, and we suppose that the people in Indonesia remaining calm. What happened? We are chasing them, and we suppose that our counterparts in other countries also, could work together, because it is not a homegrown terrorism only in Indonesia. This is being part of ISIS network.
It took security forces about 3 hours to end the attack near a cafe in the center of the capital after a team of militants traded gunfire with the police and blew themselves up. Police said a total of 31 people were injured or killed in the incident. Counter-terrorism police have rounded up about 20 people with suspected links to Islamic State.
Kemudian menyangkut korban, masih tetap sampai hari ini 31, di mana 4 orang asing yang tadinya 2 kan menjadi 4 orang asing, kemudian 6 polisi, kemudian 5 tersangka dan sisanya adalah.
A day after the attack, floral tributes were placed near the blast site as life in the city started returning to near normal, although people said they were still worried about security.
Perasaan saya mungkin yang jelas terganggu, Pak, terganggu ya. Tidak mungkin saya merasa aman dengan begini, karena informasi juga simpang siur, ada berapa titik bom segala macam, ini harus diluruskan ya. Jadi terganggu, masyarakat sangat tidak aman dengan adanya seperti ini.
Indonesia has seen attacks by Islamist militants before, but a coordinated assault by a team of suicide bombers and gunmen is unprecedented and had echoes of the seizures seen in Mumbai 7 years ago and in Paris last November. The last major militant attacks in Jakarta were in July 2009 with bombings at the JW Marriott and Ritz-Carlton hotels. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now for some more international news and global buzz. Donald Trump refused to budge over his call to ban all Muslims from entering the United States. He held his stand even as Republican presidential rivals questioned his controversial stance. Jeb Bush asked whether it also meant banning Muslims from countries like India and Indonesia, which are strong allies of the US. Trump maintained he would not review his decision as the security of the country was paramount for him. A bus carrying participants of a ski tour crashed today morning in Japan's Nagano prefecture. The crash killed 14 people and injured another 27. Japanese Cabinet Secretary Yoshide Suga said that the latest information was that of the 41 people on board, no one escaped unharmed. Suga said that there would be an investigation into what happened. Al-Shabaab militants have overrun an African Union military base outside the Somali town of El Ade. The Islamist group claims that they have taken complete control of the AU camp and killed more than 60 Kenyan soldiers. Residents say the Al-Shabaab insurgents also paraded the bodies through the town. The number of casualties on both sides is not yet known. A drawing in the French magazine Charlie Hebdo has caused outrage online. The cartoon suggests Alan Kurdi, the 3-year-old Syrian boy found dead on a beach last year, would have grown up to be a sex attacker. The cartoon is being seen as offensive. Meanwhile, others argued that the satirical magazine was keeping its usual provocative tone to stir debate on European attitudes to the migrant crisis. Sierra Leone officials have confirmed a death from the dreaded Ebola virus. The news came just hours after the World Health Organization declared the West African outbreak over. Tests on a person who died in northern Sierra Leone proved positive, an Ebola test center spokesperson said. The WHO has warned that there would be flare-ups and they could be more expected. Some sports now, and Sania Mirza and Martina Hingis extended their splendid winning run to 30 matches as they lifted the Sydney International Women's Doubles title. The world #1 pair defeated the French pair of Caroline Garcia and Kristina Mladenovic 1-6, 7-5, 10-5. The world #1 team trailed 1-6 and 1-4 at one stage, but came back to level the second set 5-5 and then sealed it to stretch it into a super tie-breaker. It was the 11th title together for the Inter-Swiss pair as they continued their good show from 2015 when they won 9 titles, including the year-end WTA finals. The year 2016 has also started on a fabulous note for the duo. This was their second trophy of the year after they won the Brisbane International last week. Some cricket now, and Rohit Sharma's second successive century went in vain as Australia's collective batting effort helped them to a 7-wicket victory in the second one-day at Brisbane. Chasing a record 309 at the Gabba, Aaron Finch, Sean March and George Bailey hit brisk 50s as the hosts reached the target comfortably with an over to spare. The previous highest chase at the Gabba was 301 when Australia beat England in 2014. The Indian bowlers were disappointing once again as India failed to defend a 300-plus score in a second consecutive match. Earlier, Rohit Sharma hit his 10th one-day international 100. The second in this series. Sharma hit 11 fours and 3 sixes before being run out for 124. Ajinkya Rahane and skipper Virat Kohli also continued with half centuries to help the team reach a total of 308 for 8. Rohit Sharma was adjudged man of the match for his effort. With the win, Australia now lead the 5-match series 2-0.
Team, you have to win irrespective of which department is not doing well. For that, I think we'll have to score 20 to 30 more runs. And I've said, that will put a lot of pressure on the batsman because the moment you take your guard right from the first ball, on your back of your mind, you'll be like, we have to score 330 or 340 odd runs, to be on the safer side. And that will definitely put a lot of pressure.
Time now for all the other sports action in Sports Beat. India's Rohan Bopanna and his Romanian partner Florin Maghea entered the final of the Sydney International with a straight sets win over Thomas Bellucci and Leonardo Meyer. The fourth seeds defeated the Brazilian-Argentine opponents 7-6, 6-2 and will now face Britain's Jamie Murray and Brazil's Bruno Soares in the final. Top seed and defending champion Novak Djokovic will face South Korean world number 51 Chung Yeon in the first round of the Australian Open. Women's champion Serena Williams will start her campaign against Italian Camila Giorgi. Rafael Nadal has an all-Spanish encounter in the first round against Fernando Verdasco. The Australian Open begins on Monday. Atletico Madrid defeated Rayo Vallecano 3-0 to advance to the last 8 of the Copa del Rey. Antonio Griezmann scored his 16th goal of the season as Atletico advanced with a 4-1 aggregate score. On Thursday, FIFA handed the La Liga leaders and rivals Real Madrid a one-year transfer ban for alleged irregularities in the signing of minors. Former world number 1 and 2005 champion Vijay Singh made a strong start of the opening round of the Sony Open in Honolulu. The 52-year-old Fijian is aiming to become the oldest winner in PGA Tour history. Singh's last tournament victory came at the 2008 Deutsche Bank Championship. Well, that's all from us, but as we go, we'll let you know that the Indian Army today celebrates its 68th Army Day. Army Day marks a day to salute the valiant soldiers who sacrificed their lives to protect the country. The day is celebrated with parades and other military shows in the national capital as well as headquarters. We leave you with these images.